Oh man, I got Bravo in the building, man. Welcome to the Pro Lover Show, where our goal is to teach people how to have better sex and be in better relationships through alternative methods, though. This is a young gentleman that definitely got some alternative methods, man. Introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
All right, first of all, thank you for bringing me here.
Of course.
Listen, man.
You already know.
Big fan, you know. A lot of respect for you and what you do.
I appreciate that. And likewise, it goes both ways, though.
But yeah, so I guess just in a nutshell, everybody that know me as Bravo or King Bravo or Brav Hefner, everybody know me for being poly, having a whole bunch of crazy shit going on. Like,
and you also a photographer. Some people know you because of that too.
But
he ready to go.
Hold on.
He ready to go.
So I go into that, right? So the background is from like music and shit like that, right? Always had a bunch of badass women around me, but it's like, yo, I can't just fuck them all. Like, I got to do something else. So my background before that was like graffiti and artwork and shit like that. So while you see a lot of colors and abstract approaches to the photography, that's what that was. I just started shooting when I met y'all, like for real. So, but I always just had them around me, and you know, it all ties into what we on today. Just being a person who's a creative person, sex is art to me. Like that's the main thing. Like sex is art to me.
That's an alternative way to look at it.
Try not to let that shit get boring. You know, nobody want to see the same 100%. Fucking photo every shoot.
Nobody want to see the same yams every time they make love.
They don't want to see that shit at all. Like they don't want to see that shit. So yeah, that's my approach.
Tonight we gonna talk about how to unlock women's sexual desires, man.
Let's do it.
Right? And we gonna talk a little bit about sexual experiences and all of that. Me and Bravo talk behind the scenes, and we more alike than we are different.
Exactly.
You know, I'm just a little bit more of a hermit crab, and he got his on Front Street unapologetically. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way to put it.
And I appreciate that, man.
Definitely.
I appreciate that. So one question that I know you always get, I've gotten it in the past too, is people say how, right? Because you're obviously open with the polyamorous lifestyle, and you have women around you all the time. I once was in a polyamorous relationship myself. I lived with 2 women. And one of those questions that people always ask is, how? Like, how do you pull it off?
You know, it's cliche to say easier said than done, but just tell the fucking truth, man. Like, that's the best. Listen, it's 2 reasons why I just tell the truth.
Right.
One, I would rather spend most of our energy either pleasing each other, learning each other, you know, getting to know each other, more experiences, as opposed to me trying to fucking lie and make up shit to get you to do things. That's a lot of energy that goes into the same pussy you would have probably got if you just kept it real. Imagine.
Listen.
Check this out.
You gotta pause right there. You gotta pause.
I'm gonna talk my shit.
Because fellas,
I'm talking my shit.
Like, listen to what he's saying. My niggas who know me, they know that's always been my answer. Tell the truth, bro.
That's it.
Tell the truth.
That's it.
But go ahead, man, because he dropping the right knowledge.
Now, Matt, I'm gonna just give a hypothetical. Let's say 1 month of you knowing a woman.
Right.
If you spent 3 weeks bullshitting her, and you finally get the pussy, and you finally start doing things that you wanted to do, imagine if you kept it real the first day. She been wanted to do it, man.
And see, it'd
have been a month worth of all of that fun shit.
And this is the part where that niggas be scared, right? Where people be scared at, because women too. They be scared that being their true selves is going to scare people away, and then they're not going to have anything, right? Where they don't understand that what unlocks your true desires is telling the truth.
Without a doubt.
Because somebody going to be into what you into.
This the thing. Women are a little smarter than us.
A lot smarter.
They seek certain shit anyway. And they already know what the fuck they want to do. They just waiting for you to fuck it up.
Right.
Nobody's gonna give you their time or attention if she ain't already interested.
Right. And
if you got that time and attention, you better do something special or do something different. Nobody wanna hear the same fucking rap, fam.
And that difference unlocks new levels.
Oh, without a doubt.
Being different. Women are attracted
get led into that shit.
And then here's another, I'm gonna drop a gem for him right now. This is something that you know. Women don't want to feel like they've been pressured to do anything.
Right.
They want to feel like they've been given a choice and they made that choice.
It's their idea.
Right? It's their idea. It's something that was on their mind that you just kind of unlocked. You just dressed the table up and they came and picked the entree that they wanted. Right? So most men are forcers. They're, no, let's just try that. Let's do that. You ever do that? I'm trying to, well, why don't you?
Negotiating and shit.
You can't approach a woman like that.
Negotiation, women will literally, even if that's what they want to do, in a negotiation, a woman will go the opposite way just because she doesn't want to. Right. She would rather be led than be pushed.
Right.
That's how the fuck it goes. If you're a man, you're the dominant, you in a situation, you want to put something on the table that, like you said, it looks good so that she can make the plates.
Right.
She can, you don't want to make her feel like she agreed to do some shit.
And then on the topic of, because we got to get into it, right? Polyamory is basically, we talking about threesome. We talking about 2 women. We talking about more than 2 women, whatever it might be, right? The craziest thing that a man can do is try and force that upon a woman, right?
Yeah.
And the other side is that, because when people say how, people always forget that there are lesbians. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've had this, right?
Most women like women.
Most women like women, but the thing that people forget is that lesbians exist.
Yeah.
They also forget that down low brothers exist.
Definitely.
Right? So if you just think about it, how do you not understand that there are also women and men who fall in between?
Right.
Who really genuinely, and I'm not necessarily talking about bisexuals. I'm not talking about the type of women, you know what I'm talking about, the type of women that would be in a relationship with another woman.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the type of woman who loves men but likes women.
Pleasure, yeah.
Right? That is, I meet more women like that than I don't.
That's why I'm saying I don't understand what people are talking about.
I don't understand either.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what people are talking about when they ask me how. And I'm like, do you realize that me and you can have a conversation with the same woman and I get a whole different side of her than you. She'll get the vibe that you're trying to make her do something, she'll close up. With me, she's like, can I bring a friend?
Right. The options, the energy. Energy is definitely another language that we speak without speaking.
Right. I don't remember a time ever trying to convince a woman to have like threesomes, etc. It's usually me saying, I don't want that one, bring the other one. Because it's like, what happens is, once you unlock that level of their, I don't want to say freakiness, that sounds, once they get open, right? Now they're experimenting with you. These are things that they may either never have tried or they only look up in the dark. You have these conversations with them and shit like that. You kind of, if I'm sitting down talking to a woman, I will randomly blurt out, what's the craziest thing you ever searched on Pornhub to bust a nut? She's like, what? I don't be, shut up, lying. Let me see your phone, shut up. And then like, look, she'll show me something light at first.
Right.
Like, get the fuck out of here. That ain't nothing. I don't want to hear that. Let me see from. Never mind.
Show me
we
for
done.
real.
I'm like, never mind. We done. You playing. You don't want to talk.
Well, what about this?
And then go further. For next thing you know, it's midgets with one fucking leg and a fucking candle sticking on top of their head. And I might be like, yo, what?
You was in my searches, bro. What you talking about, bro?
I might be like, yo, what the fuck is that? But I'll be like, that's like.
Right.
I keep going until I finally unlock it, and then by the time she telling me all the shit she want to do, I'm like.
Right.
Oh shit! But then I'll be like,
everybody has, especially women who are in my age group, right? You a little younger than me, but the benefit to you is this generation is fluid as a motherfucker. Yeah. So you
no. I'm gonna push back.
A lot of them is fluid as a motherfucker.
But they think too much now. Like now, people who are a little older are kind of like, I've done enough dumb shit, dealt with enough bullshit. I kind of just want to enjoy myself. Well, now the ones that are younger are like, I don't want to get judged. They may be open to more shit, but they don't. They're so much more closed-minded about expressing everything because it's so much shit being talked all the time.
And see, the place where I was going was with my generation. There is, what I find is it's cut and dry, right? There's, women from, let's call it 30 to 40, or even a little older than that either have never had that experience and have been dealing with bullshit sexual encounters for so long that they're just ready and willing to jump into something, right? And when I was, because I'm in a relationship now, you know what I'm saying? But when I was backsliding doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? I was never afraid to just have open conversation about sex and sexuality, you know what I mean? And I think we was talking about it a little bit beforehand, but sex is something that everybody is going to experience.
Without a doubt.
But in our country and some other places in the world, it's so taboo.
It's still taboo. I was about to say that. It's still taboo.
How is this thing that everybody is going to experience?
It's taboo between adults.
Right. Which makes no sense.
You have children. And you still scared of sex.
You're scared to talk about different forms of sex. So I'm going to drop a plug right there, because if y'all don't know, the 20-Day Climax is my ebook. It's out now. It's available on the prolover.net. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to jump into this real quick sponsor and be back on the other side. I'm going to get Bravo to tell us one of his craziest sexual experiences.
Oh, shit.
So, Bravo.
Yes, sir.
I ran into Snapchat a couple of years ago.
Sheesh.
And people was like, yo, you ever see this boy, BravoHef, I think your name was back then or something?
It was BravoHef.
And I'm like, no, what's going on? They like, he right upstairs, nigga be having all types of crazy bitches and this is that. So I'm looking at the snap and I recognized the loft joint you had, because I was up there before. I shot up there, you know what I mean? I've been up there for different stuff. And I said, damn, this nigga right over my head with all this going on. What's going on?
Yeah.
So Bravo, whether it was up there or any time in your life, right? I do a segment called Sounds Like a Lie, But It's True. All right, so I need something that is true. If you had your hand on a stack of Bibles or whatever you believe in, you taking an oath, it's true. But ain't nobody gonna believe that shit. It sound like a lie, but it's true.
I have a million stories.
Give me one. If we had time, I'll get another one at the end for y'all.
When I say life is so, I just say it's textured. My life is very textured. It's a tie between the 7-some and the mom and daughter.
Nigga had a 7-some? Hold on, because we need to figure out what's the French term for that. Nigga had a like what
it was
a
crazy.
7-some? You got to tell the people about that. That's crazy.
That was crazy. You know what? We're gonna hold that one. I'm gonna go to the mother and daughter.
Oh, so we're gonna get back to that at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Stay tuned for you to talk 7-some.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was a 7-some, yeah. All right, boom. It's me, 2 girls, at the loft.
Now hold on, before you go there, because you said mother-daughter, was that the same time?
Yeah.
Oh, this nigga.
Yeah. So it's 2, that's almost a normal thing now to me. That's how textured my shit is. All right, so mother-daughter. I do shit like anal training and shit like that. You know, girls who never squirt, they come to me. Fucking crazy was this girl was at the crib and we on Snapchat and I'm posting stuff and her friends and it's going crazy like, yo, you over here, y'all are fucking on Snapchat and shit. There's another girl, now it's, you know, it turns into a threesome. I'm talking about, man, asses, all this ass on the bed. When they put their asses together, it was like this fucking wide, dog.
Jesus.
It was a lot of ass on the bed. Now the girl calling, the girl mom is FaceTiming her. I said, fucking pick up. Pick this shit up, fuck it. What's this about you on Snapchat? Da, 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 da. I'm like, it's educational, mom, relax. And she's like, who the fuck is that? So her mom is getting mad or whatever. Now she sees the video of her daughter on Snapchat and we doing anal. And
hold up, these pause right there. So you on Snapchat actually having anal sex?
yeah.
All right, continue. So do they allow this on Snapchat?
No.
They don't take you off on
They
Snapchat?
definitely take me off.
Okay.
I got banned 100 times.
I bet you did.
So now we on there, and now I'm just talking her through it and shit like that. And her mom, she hangs up on her mom. Her mom called back, and I say, look, if you gonna fucking keep calling, you gonna end up being in these videos. I don't know, girl might have been about 22 at the time. The other girl was like 28. So her mom had to be like fucking 40. So she's like, that's just not you. That's just not you. Da, 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 da. They arguing kind of. She's ass naked. Next thing you know, the conversation morphs into, I don't even know how you can do all of that shit. Like, I would never let no man do no stuff like that. I'm like, you ain't never met no man like me. Now I'm talking shit to the mom. Long story short, she's sending videos proving to her mom, like, I ain't no bitch. I took that shit. Look. And I'm joking with her. I'm like, you might as well come and y'all do a mother-daughter session. They joking about it. She fucking sets it up. I'm saying I need a video.
Here.
I said I need a video of y'all two talking at the same time, in the same room, in the same house, so I can know you serious. Cause I'm not setting this up for nothing. They come through and they both got fucking anal training. She said her fantasy was to tie her mom up and just watch me dominate her, and that's what happened. And it was another girl there. So it turned into a foursome. It was me, the daughter, the mom, and the other girl, and the mom was squirting on and in the vicinity of the daughter. And the mom could not take it at all, and then she kind of just assisted the daughter taking it.
Yikes. And that sounds like a lie, Bravo. That sounds like a lie.
Bro,
you telling me that's true?
I have content.
You telling me that's true?
Not bullshitting.
Listen, man,
I'm not bullshitting you, man.
It's only the 5th installment of Sounds Like a Lie, but it's true. But I think yours takes the cake.
I did mother and daughter twice.
That's crazy.
Different mother and daughters twice.
And you talking about you had the mother and the daughter at the same time, not you had the daughter, then you had the mother, or vice versa.
In the same room, same house, same time. Them two was touching each other. The other two didn't.
Okay.
And I just couldn't stay. I couldn't stay hard. The mom was biting it. Like it was like I'm like, God damn. Like, you know what I mean? I guess she was trying to show off. She's all like,
I've had a biter
like extra
before.
shit, like being all extra. I'm like, yo, finesse that shit. What
Right.
you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
That's crazy. That's a crazy. Sounds like a lie, but it's true, man. We gonna jump into this sponsor right here and get back with the other side, man. All right, so we back, man. This man got some stories to tell. Right. So I got a question. When we talk about polyamory and polygamy, most people get them confused. Right. They don't know what's what. Yeah. I'll define them this way, and then I got a question for you. Okay. Polygamy is typically religious or culturally based, and it's typically when one man is allowed to have multiple wives who do not deal with each other and most oftentimes don't even live in the same household, and that man has to be able to provide equally for each of those women.
Right.
The difference with polyamory is a closed relationship between 3 or more people. Those people don't have to be all different sexes or same sex or whatever. It can be 3 girls and 1 guy in a closed polyamorous relationship. It can be 2 guys and 1 girl in a closed polyamorous relationship. Mm-hmm. It can be 7 people in a closed polyamorous relationship, right? So understand and know those differences. But the question for Bravo, when did you get into, or did you always know you were interested in living a poly lifestyle?
So I've never seen a monogamous couple before. Like growing up, I've never seen a monogamous couple.
I didn't see that coming up either.
So I didn't know that. I didn't really know that's how it's supposed to be, for real. You know.
Now, when you say you didn't see that, you mean, and I'm not going to tell you what you mean, but I'm asking, because what I mean is, I never saw monogamy or faithfulness truly defined and personified because I knew people was doing shit on the side. That's how I mean it. I knew people had lies and people had sides and people had all of this. So I never locked into, oh, you're supposed to be with one person. Yeah. That's how I mean it. But how do you mean it when you say you never saw it?
So most of the adults that I would see or whatever that I would live with, because I lived in a bunch of different places. Most of the adults that I've seen I'd never seen them with a partner. I might have seen them with people. Oh, this is my friend. But I've never seen them with like a steady.
Yeah, that was the word coming up. Oh, that's my friend.
Yeah, that's my friend. You remember my friend?
I know what that meant now.
You remember my friend? Like, so I've never seen that. Like, I got friends who might have like mom and dad or whatever.
Right.
I've never seen it.
Okay. So you think that affected your decision making and how you were going to deal?
Right, and plus I wasn't necessarily raised by my parents, so it wasn't a forcing like, hey, get married, go to college. It was never that. It was kind of like, yo, you figure it out yourself. You're a man. You know what I mean? So fast forward, I lost my virginity in the shower with 2 women.
Yikes! That'll change you, brother.
Basically.
How old was you?
So I was in 6th grade.
So you was 12.
11.
11.
Yeah, I was early.
And how old was these women?
23, 25.
You got to be motherfucking kidding.
Look, I ain't gonna say who it was. Somebody had a stripper party. I got to hang with the older ones and shit like that. They had a stripper party, and I kind of stayed after. And I'm thinking, I'm still a kid. I'm thinking like, you know, I said to her, I was like, yo, y'all wanna have a kissing contest? Because that's what, at that point I was just kissing girls. I was always kissing girls. You wanna have a kissing contest? And it was
this is another sounds like it's live.
It was like, true. Boy, shut up. And because I kind of came into the bathroom where they were. Like, they were just doing shit. And then, yo, they took me in the shower. One of them was already in the shower, so they took me in the shower, and they both just started sucking my dick.
Just blew your 11-year-old mind. Yeah, that
was terrible. I was terrible.
So now I know why you the way you is, bro.
Yeah. Nah, I was terrible, and they was telling me what to do and shit like that. And that was a really long experience, though. That shit was going on for a really long time. That might have been a few. It was over an hour. You know how hard it is to be in the shower for a long ass time, trying to fuck in positions and not slip and trying to.
At 11, it's pretty hard. It's pretty tough.
So yeah. That's the first. That was the first, you know, situation like that. I was in a relationship when I was in high school. My high school sweetheart. I didn't like lying, so I would tell her if I thought somebody else was attractive. I kind of always talked to more than one woman. I kept it real open with them, and then I guess it morphed into, if I'm already talking to somebody like you, I'll never mess with another girl that's just like you. I promise that. She's gonna be something else. So if you're nerdy and low key, then she's the cheerleader, and then she's the fucking the hood one. You know what I'm saying? If that's how I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna have nobody step on. Yeah, I'm not gonna have nobody step on your toes either. You know what I mean? So it was that, and then my first like adult relationship was with 3 women in the same house, and they were all Spanish women, so they kind of just like taught me that shit. I was like coming in the house, I'm hearing music, and then she's like, yeah, they teach each other recipes and shit that their parents taught them, and the other one is over there with a fucking laptop, like working, and I'm just like, oh shit. I never looked back.
Right, and the crazy part is like I'm in a 1-woman relationship now, and I'm as happy as I ever been. But a few years ago, I was in a polyamorous relationship, and my how, which everybody always asks, is my birthday. What you want for your birthday?
Oh, okay.
It'd be great to have a threesome. So we were familiar with another young lady, and that young lady wasn't familiar that we were, you know, sexually active. And I was like, well, fuck it, let's ask her. You know what I mean, where she could say is no. I knew she was into women, you know what I mean? I had already had experiences with this other woman, and she was with it.
Right.
And after she was with it, it just became a continuous thing. It just became a thing where, like, well, let's see what's so-and-so doing. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. And next thing you knew, we was together all the time to what snowballed into a 2.5-year relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really a thing where one myth or mystery that I want to disperse is it's never the man is just winning. Like, oh, you was winning. You was the man. You was this.
It should be about the woman.
It's about the women, and at the same time, it's the best of both worlds for a woman who's into that.
Now let me not elaborate. Let me touch on that.
Go ahead.
Now, usually how it happens is there's somebody who people are already used to seeing me around, or that they're already comfortable, they associate me with. Let's say the girl's name is Ashley. Another girl is around, and me and the girl are kicking it. She's looking at Ashley like, yo, that's like, she don't know what the fuck to do. Like, are we gonna have to argue? Like, am I supposed to flirt back with you or what?
Right.
I'm like, Ashley, pop a titty in your mouth. We cool. It's okay. Now, if you want her to stop, then she get the fuck out of here. If not, then
right.
You know what I'm saying? Or like if some shit going on with me and say the girl Brittany, say if me and Brittany are doing some shit, yo, usually it's all a together thing, and it's like both of us, you know, we each taking different parts of her so that woman can feel worshipped and she can feel honored and she can feel, you know what I'm saying? And it's never about them sharing me, it's about her.
And
her
most
pleasure.
men, the problem with most men is that they treat sex like it's for them.
Bro, we got one body part.
We forget.
We have one body part.
And the thing about it is we forget how easy it is to pleasure us, right?
Yeah.
Women take time, they take attention, they take detail, the whole nine. And I don't know about y'all out there or Bravo, but while I'm giving them that attention and that detail and everything else, I'm going to be pleased.
Without a doubt.
And once you become, I know you know this, once you become a pleaser, a true pleaser, women talk. And women understand.
Exactly what happens.
And women will throw you a.
They will be bringing them here. Yo, I am telling you now, if y'all are asking me, if you want to know, and I'll be saying this shit on Snap and everywhere else, but right here, I'm telling you, 99% of the women that I have or have ever had were brought to me by other women.
Another woman.
And they were picked because it was like 50 of them.
I ain't never had mother-daughter like you, but I definitely had plenty sisters.
Yeah.
And the sisters that I had were typically a referral. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, I've had, like, blew my mind one time. I was dealing with this one chick and I go out and I see her and her sister. And I wasn't even dealing with her at the time. She was like something I dealt with a few years prior. Before? I haven't had twins before.
Gotta do it.
No, I haven't had twins.
It's weird, but you gotta do it. It's really freaky looking down and seeing it.
But,
okay, hold on, what was it?
Go ahead.
Twins, mother and daughter kind of, but twins, their pussy is exactly the same too. No, if you took a picture.
If they identical, I would imagine
that's what I'm saying.
It should be.
I never think about that until you looking down like, wait, that's the same fucking, the amount of meat and the lips and that's the same fucking pussy. The same, if I switch you around.
Did it feel different on the inside?
It's the same shit. It's the same shit. I didn't know that. It blew my mind. Mother and daughter similar, but it was the same shit.
But my fault. Go ahead. Go ahead. All I was saying, these sisters wasn't twins. But anyway, I had dealt with the other one, knocked her head off. I come to the club, she's with her sister. She says to her sister, that's him, that's who I was talking about. You gotta try him out. I'm like,
that's exactly what happened.
This not really happening.
That's exactly what they said.
I get me and the sister exchange numbers, the whole nine. When I'm hitting Bravo, she says some of the most sexiest shit I ever heard while I'm hitting. Oh my God, my sister was right.
Yo, bro, I'm about to pull up. I wish I could pull up the videos.
You
are not like, yo, he's not lying.
After the show, we'll see what's going on.
If y'all think he exaggerating, I have footage of somebody saying the same fucking thing.
Listen.
Look, I came in the house and it was a girl, it was my girl, and she was upstairs, she fell asleep. I ain't gonna say which family member.
Don't give it away. Go ahead.
I ain't gonna say which family member, but it was a family member birthday. And she's sitting out there in the car. My girl then fell asleep, left her out there. I come home about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like, I never seen this one before. She's like, I'm waiting, she ain't answering the phone, da-da-da. All right, let her up. And she's like, oh yeah, this is my family member. I ain't gonna say which family member. This is my family member. It's her birthday. Remember I told you about her? I said, I never heard you talk about her. Well, I want her to have the experience. Yo, we tore her motherfucking ass up. And the whole time, oh my God, you're so right. I don't know how you can take this every day. This is so amazing. I'm having the most wonderful time. She's talking all proper and shit. She's the proper cousin.
I'm gonna tell you, you done said, come on, man.
She's the proper cousin and shit like that. So we get into it and she's saying, she's complimenting me so much based on the shit that the other one has said.
Listen, I'd have been out of there. I can't, don't talk to me too much. I'm a rat. You tell me some sexy shit like that, I'm a rat. I'm out of there.
It was so crazy. It was so crazy.
Listen, man, I gotta get to another sponsor, man. On the other side. We coming back with a morality check with Bravo, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, Bravo. You done a lot, man. You done, you know what I mean, had a 7-some, which we still gotta touch on a little bit, cause I wanna know, you know what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy? I'm a little bit jealous because I once was in a almost 7-some. But I'll give that story right before you give your actual 7-some story.
Right.
But I got another segment for you. It's called Morality Check, right? So this is the segment on the Pro Lover that, I offer a situation or a happenstance, and I just want to know where you are on it, right? So this time we just gonna do a question. Who is off limits? Because you said you had mothers, you had twin sisters, you had cousins. Who's off limits? Who would you say, nah, I can't do that. I can't touch her.
Like if it's somebody that I'm like, I don't like fucking friends of mine. Like once we get too cool, I don't want to deal with it. I can't look at you in that way. Once we get real cool, so usually shit gotta happen at first and then we get cool. But if we get cool first, I'm not fucking with it.
Why is that? What's the? It gotta be a reason to that.
I just become less attracted to people because I'm a spontaneous person. So I become less attracted if we didn't initially have sexual energy in the beginning. It's really hard for me to build that in the future with you. Because if we still cool for a while, it was because of something else. So I usually don't add that in, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So like if, I don't know, like if me and you got real tight, you know, you walk around all swollen shit, I'm not gonna tell you to be security.
Right.
No, like you my man now. Like you don't have to do that, chill. You know what I'm saying? But if some shit go down, you better beat the shit out of them though. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't want that to be, you know, so I usually stay away from girls.
So whatever you build upon, you ain't gonna tear it down for a sexual experience.
But if we start off sexual, or we cool and sexual, we can become really close. You know what I'm saying? But if we ain't doing that in the beginning, I usually don't have sex with girls that I get real cool with.
Understood. Off limits for me, I would say are friends of, I'm not gonna say friends, but exes of people who I am friends with is off limits to me.
Yeah.
So, and it's more mental for me. Like if you my guy and I know you dealt with somebody before, I can't really bring myself to be attracted to her.
Now,
and it's not obviously there's some people, and I'm gonna let you grab your question, but there's some people who just, they better be off limits. Your big mom, your ex-wife, your current John. I mean, if she try to get at a nigga behind the scenes, I'm not the type of dude that's gonna be like, oh, well, let's keep it a secret.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do it. If you tied to somebody that I'm cool with, and for me, it goes like, I'm like, you ain't even gotta be the coolest nigga. But if I wanna take her down, and we not really that cool, like if you my man, I'm not even gonna ask, it's just a no. Yeah. But if we just cool, we acquaintances, and I want a piece, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm man enough to reach out and be like, yo, I respect you, you know what I mean? You always been a good nigga. I was talking to so-and-so. Before I make any false step, I just wanna know what's good with y'all, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's the type of nigga that I am if I really want to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's probably the only thing that's really off limits to me.
Yeah, I think because it's so much of it to me, like women, like I said, my background is music. So there's so many women like in packs, and it's like I say, I'm fishing with a grenade.
Yeah.
So I really don't, it's rare that I'm coming across some, like if you got somebody, I'm like, okay, cool. I usually don't even think about it twice. Because I don't think that would be even worth it when there's so many of them around.
And
you know what I mean?
You have a different mindset than the average dude. And this is
and
something
I'm
I had
not a
to learn.
pussy type of guy. I have a bougie dick. You know what I mean? So I'm not like,
I am as
I'm
well.
not like, yo, she try, yo, no, I'm automatic like she would. Oh no. All right, it don't even have.
There's so much that can turn you off about a woman and then you're educated in a way that you know they come in packs.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
See, this is a thing I had to learn, bro, because coming up, I used to get them like that. You know what I mean? Like, especially like when I was modeling and I was touring and all of that type of stuff. Like, I was the minority. I'm around so many women that they're taking their pick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my mentality became that same bouginess where it's like, all right, my man's ex is throwing it at me, but I don't have to because they gonna be lined up.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I used to lock into, right, and this gonna sound crazy, but once again, I'm out the game now, flavors was always my shit. Yeah. Like, I always was on some shit where like, if I never had that flavor, she thick with freckles. Yeah. Oh, she short and super dark skin. Yeah. Oh, she tall with an ass and no titty. She tall with titties and no ass.
Yeah, I feel
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that was always, when I was backsliding, my direction was always, what haven't I touched? And I think that comes from, most men gotta touch what they can touch. Like, most men is like, she wanna give me some? Oh, I gotta. But
even if that's my man's girl, like I'm gonna try to, because I get it.
They got to.
So the analogy I use is like, if you're a millionaire and a dollar drops on the floor, you're not about to scramble for that dollar.
Facts.
I'm cool. That's kind of how I look at it. Like, yo, fam, at any point, if I wanted to, like, I could literally say right now, like, I could post on a public internet page, I want 5 bitches that look like this, this, to come over right now, and we record it. And I will still be able to pick from the top 20. So I'm not about to play around like that. But I was about to say, me and other guys' taste be the same. If me and somebody's taste is the same, I probably seen her first. Because what I usually do is find girls that nobody never seen.
Yeah,
or, you know what I mean?
And you're right.
A lot of the women that y'all
page, I'm like,
a lot of women that niggas is hype on Instagram, and girls that got millions of followers and shit now started in my living room. So, yeah, I'm usually always like, and again, maybe that's just me being cocky. I'm always just trying to deal with whoever I think ain't really out there like that, and
that's a good thing. That's how you should be.
Yeah, we not about to be like really bumping into it. It'll be, I saw you on Bravo shit, and now I fuck with you. Not the other way around.
And you ain't lying when you say that, because whenever I've scrolled by your page or you post somebody or something like that, and I do my little looking like, damn, who that, Bravo? Like, Bravo don't be tagging them, he don't be adding them or none of that.
Nope.
And they be new to my eyes, you know what I mean? And I'm somebody that I was out here for a minute.
And then when you find them, they got like 3 pictures of,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
she be having 125 followers. I'm like,
yeah,
Bravo, where the fuck you get
That's
her
what I'm
from?
saying. Then people start having that in common with me, but it'll be after that. It won't be, you know, I don't do the line up after niggas, and you know what I'm saying. It's just, that's just
that was never attractive to me. And if I found out, like, I could be talking to somebody and then find out, like, damn.
And especially I feel like
it diminishes my attraction.
I look at who can influence you. Like, if these niggas can influence you, I'm pretty cool. I'm off it. No thanks.
that's facts too.
I'd rather bag a bitch from Family Dollar than a popular bitch that's influenced by a weirdo.
Listen, man, we gotta on the other side of this sponsor, we gotta figure out, you know, this other. Sounds like a lie, but it's true. Niggas said he had a 7-some.
Yeah.
All right, we be back. So one time, bro, I was summoned, I'll say, to a young lady's house, right? And I knew what this young lady was into because me and her had threesomes before, right? So she just like, what you doing tonight? You should come through, right? This way back, my modeling days, all that. I'm bodied up, you know what I mean? I look all right now, but the body was really crazy when I was actually, you know what I mean, an agency model and all of that.
Right.
But she like, come through. And I'm telling you this story and y'all this story because he sealed this deal. But I'm gonna tell y'all my deal went, right? I get to the crib, it's at least 5 or 6 girls there. I don't even remember exactly how many, but it's 5 or 6 girls there. And she is hyping me, the girl I know. She is talking crazy to these girls. I wasn't even warned. I'm talking about she telling them how big I am. She telling them I got a 7.5 pack. She telling them how good I fuck. All of this type of shit where I'm just like, I'm in the crib and she had a crazy lay in her apartment. She had these big ass leather couches that was like a half circle, and then she had this big ass circle ottoman that fit in the middle of them.
Right.
So you bring them Jones together and it's like one big ass bed. You know what I'm saying? But this was her living room furniture. So I'm in there and she like, show my girlfriend this, that.
That be happening.
So at first I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I'm surveying them, right? And I'm like, it's probably 3.5 out this 6 or 7 Jones that I would actually touch, right? Yeah. The other Jones is kind of scallywaggish, right? But then I'm like, damn, this about to be a 6 or 7 some if it go down, right? So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I just lays on the ottoman, hands up. Next thing you know, I got 6, 7 hands down my pants, up my shirts being ripped off, the whole 9, right? So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, God damn, like I had threesomes before. Right. But I'm like, this shit really about to go down like this. This is crazy. Bro, I swear to God, as fast as it started, it fucking stopped.
What happened?
I don't even really remember. All I know is they was going somewhere, most of them. And I don't know if it was the time or somebody got a phone call or what was going on.
Just boom.
But next thing I know, one set of hands disappear, another set of hands disappear.
Like you just waking up.
And they like in the bathroom getting their hair a little done, and they leaving. I'm like, damn, that shit was crazy. But two of them stay. My John, and it was another girl stay. So now it's back on, but it's just me and the girl that called me over.
Right.
So we in the living room. She give me a little top, whatever, and she's calling for this other girl. Hey, so-and-so, come out here. Shorty won't come, so she leaves me. I'm in the John half naked on the ottoman still. She leaves me, goes to the bathroom, and now she calling me.
Right.
Kyree, come here. So we in the bathroom. The other John's kind of getting ready, but my John is like sitting on the toilet, and she just start giving me top. And the other John is like in the mirror, but she giggling, she peeking, Yeah. And the crazy part was I had never seen my John act this way. Like all bossed up and like ready to like talk and shit and all. She like, come here. She finally sits her down on the side of the tub, and now they giving me the double shoot action, you know what I mean? And that turned into what it turned into. So I ended up getting a threesome out the deal, but my some fell apart, bro.
Ain't go through.
So how did yours actually happen?
All right, so this was a really tropical moment. It was so people who know me know, I like shit that's like warm and tropical and like really, I'm more naturey and shit like that.
Okay.
Summertime, I was brought out there. Well, I took myself out there, but it was to celebrate me. I just wanted to go and just relax.
Nigga, where the fuck is out there, tropical ass nigga?
I was, this was somewhere in Florida.
Okay.
I forget which one, whether it was Key Biscayne or some shit like that. So I just wanted tropical vibes.
Okay.
I brought 3 girls with me. I had 2 girls already out there.
That's a foursome already ready to go. Okay.
Then I had 2 girls already out there with, in that area, that Miami area, waiting for
me. Just carry the one that's 5 plus you. We had a 6'em.
Right. So now, I'm like, all right, we did the foursome first. Like, as soon as we got there, we did the foursome, and now everybody's cooking and shit like that. I went out and grabbed another one, completely tropical. Really had nothing to do with nothing. She just completely was a part of that area. So now we prancing around. I'm making little videos and shit. That's on Snap, making little videos and shit like that. Introduce her to the other girls. It's 2 rooms I got booked. I booked a house, like a little house or whatever, with 2 bedrooms in it. All of the girls is in one room. I'm in my room by myself. I'm just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna take this one in here and do my thing. Another one coming, then another one coming. Then they all start coming in. I'm like, yo, I don't got enough body parts for all this shit. I'm laid out. One is where my ass at. One is where the balls at. I gotta like lean all awkward and shit like this. You know, both of them on the dick. One got each nipple and somebody sitting on my face and it just keeps rotating around. Now I got hands in here and I'm doing all of this and I'm like moving.
Citizen is doing plenty.
And what happened was, and it was going on for so long. So I said, you know what, man, fuck this. I'm gonna start tapping y'all the fuck out, one by one. All of them, one by one. Mind you, I'm able to make 3 women squirt at once. You know what I'm saying? At the same time. I've done that. Yeah. So
hold on, player. You can't say shit like that and then don't break it down. Like, what are you using?
So I got my mouth in 2 hands.
Okay.
So one was from the back, one was laying kissing the other one. So I'm eating one pussy, and the other one's from the back. So I'm doing, and I'm like this. She go first, then the other 2, boom. Smack her, throw her on top of the other one. Now I'm switching back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Tap both of them out. Got the other one. Pick her up. Now, you know what I'm saying? I just was like rotating. I was snapping.
So what's in your diet, player? Cause you sound like you snapping.
It's ginger. Like so look. This is the thing. I be selling this shit now.
Listen,
I have a crazy
we want to
diet.
make sure that people can have better sex. So listen, I know y'all probably watching. Y'all like this nigga lying, but
no, this nigga not.
He's telling the truth. We need to know what type of shit is you on, bro. Right. So what are you selling with? Cause cardio, that's one of the reasons I work out, man. Cause I will twist a shorty up and throw her around and flip her in a heartbeat, and they like that shit.
Amen.
But you also gotta make sure your cardio, your blood flow, your libido, and all those things is up. So
I'm gonna tell you right now.
The goal of the pro lover is so people can have better sex. So what drive? What is in your tank, bro?
Listen to this man. Cardio, diet, your blood flow, all of that. He's 100% right. Back then I used to drink a lot of fucking tea, like a lot of tea, a lot of Red Bull. But now It's ginger shots, though. Ginger shots mixed with ginseng. So basically, that's good for the blood flow. It makes your dick harder. The longer your dick is harder, it's like if you work in your biceps, the skin around it stretches. Your dick is basically, it's a muscle with skin wrapped around it. But the more the muscles are stretched, the more the skin stretches. So each time it gets hard, it's a little bit bigger, etc. I don't drink or smoke. So if you really plan on doing something real wild,
I don't drink or smoke either.
If you plan on doing something real wild sexually, don't get high and do nothing.
Yeah.
Don't get high.
And you know what's crazy that you say that, bro? Women who get drunk always turn me off. Even the smell of it.
I can't do it.
The smell of it, cigarettes, weed, all of that, it always turned me off. And to a point where even if you was bad and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna still get this my best, I'm gonna give you the floppy joint. Cause I can't get all the way there if those smells are wrecking my brain.
Also mentally, again, to me, all this shit is mental. Yeah. I feel like if a woman say shit like, I wanna get drunk first, I feel like that's not really you. And I can't climb, I'm not climbing my ass on top of no woman who I feel like wouldn't be comfortable doing it unless
wouldn't be comfortable and wouldn't remember the experience.
Right.
That was always
if you gotta alter that shit to be able to, then I'm like, this might not be you. You might not really fuck with that. Or you might not remember it the same way. You might remember it tied to a hangover. I'm not climbing on top of somebody who's not, it's not their mental effort saying, we gonna go here with
facts.
This.
And you touch on something that is very important that we talk about on this episode. So we're gonna get into it on the other side of this sponsor. Wait. You thinking about letting your uncle shoot your wedding rather than hire a professional?
Had to whip it out for my niece. I'm ready to shoot this. Hit him with the sidewinder. Take it back. Oh, battery done ran out. You ain't see when I hit him with the sidewinder? You should have bought a sidewinder part.
So once again, your wedding video may be the least important thing before your wedding, but it's the most important thing after your wedding. All right, so listen, if you've been listening to the whole Graham cast and you've been, watching all week, or you checking in on YouTube, subscribe and like as well. But what I want to say is, this nigga's crazy, right? But I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in the way that he is not thinking like everybody else is thinking, right? And a lot of times when people hear sex and sex crazed and polyamorous and all these women and these experiences and all of this type of stuff, they automatically think bad things. But one of the things that Bravo just said that I could not agree with more is that he wants women who want their own experiences. Yeah. He just sees himself as a conduit to those experiences.
He's an artist.
And I think a lot of times people get caught up in thinking that men are manipulative or are predators or are, misogynist or all of these terms that make it taboo, make it harder, make it, why people do all of this crazy shit behind closed doors and all of that. Right. Because people don't acknowledge that people have interests.
Right.
The sexual gamut is, in my opinion, endless. Mm-hmm. You can never pinpoint what one person, man or woman, is interested in sexually, but that's their prerogative.
Exactly.
Right? You can't attack people. I'm standing up for myself as well as Bravo, because I've been attacked in this way. I'm sure you have.
Of course.
Not just by Instagram and Facebook taking your shit offline.
Public perception. Yeah.
But that perception could not be more far from the truth, right? Whatever you're interested in sexually, there are people out there that are interested in those same things.
Communicate.
You just communicate. You don't have to force anybody to do anything.
You'll attract it.
And the point you made about drugs and alcohol.
Can't fuck with it.
I never have been able to fuck with a woman who was inebriated in any sort of way.
Let me real quick.
I would never. And it's not just, before you say that, it's not just because I fear her being like, oh, I did something I wasn't supposed to do and none of that. No, it's because I want you in your right mind.
I want it to be you.
Right.
I want it to be you.
I want you in your right mind when we're doing anything. Like, whether it's regular sex or crazy sex, I want you to be you.
Yeah. Like, even if somebody's coming to shoot, because it's a chance that something might happen, there's a part of the contract that says, yo, you cannot come lit, drunk, high. You can't even look like it, or else I'm shutting it down. I don't allow no drugs and alcohol around me or nothing like that. Because I also don't want people to look at my shit and be like, oh, that's what they on.
Right.
That's the vibe they on. When they go over there, they start sipping, they start smoking, and that's how he get them to do. No, anything that you've ever seen somebody do with me is exactly what they wanted to do. Ever. It's never been. It's completely sober. And I've never had to convince anybody to do nothing. If anything, I'm telling them, yo, calm the fuck down. Why are you trying to bring 3 more girls?
You're doing too much.
Yeah, why are you trying to bring 3 more girls? I just
because the crazy part, and
I can imagine what the fuck they think I'm doing.
I've experienced this in my pursuit for women who were interested in women, right? Especially if I'm in a relationship and I got a young lady that likes other women or whatever it might be.
Right.
Once we get into that pursuit, we would notice that women are offering much more than we even signed up
Without
for.
a doubt, because it's like, always in their mind.
Wait a minute, like as soon as they see that you're maybe like them, then they push the envelope.
Or if they see that they're not gonna get judged for it. Like I say, a woman can tell me her nastiest, most disgusting fucking fantasy, even if I'm like, hell nah. I'm like,
but you ain't gonna judge her.
I'm like,
you ain't gonna make her feel no type of way.
I'm like, that's it. I was just talking about that to somebody yesterday. Man, I'm glad you said what you said. You know, that's what's up. Because I want everybody to feel like, yo, for the rest of our relationship, you can say whatever you want to say.
Right.
Whether I agree or not, just express yourself.
100%.
Also, I would much rather have our relationship be based on who we really are than who we're trying to be.
100%.
Like I said with the month thing, like you don't want to spend weeks bullshit and then in the rest of the weeks trying to catch up. Like, no, we're gonna start off rip. Who the fuck are you? All right, then cool. Like,
and the more real you are, the more real you attract.
Yes.
Right? The more real you can present to people who ain't on your energy or on your vibe ain't gonna stick around you long.
Yeah, you'll turn them off if they ain't supposed to be there, and you'll attract them if you want them.
Exactly.
And that's how you have to be. I ain't coming at y'all. Most of y'all men, cap. Most of y'all women, hiding. Cut it out. If you really like this type of shit, put that out there. And the people who fuck with that will come, and you will get the optimal experiences in life based on what you really like. Fam, if you not about that or if you not like that, stop acting like it. Because it's gonna be a higher level of disappointment. If you just walk up on a girl and be like, I don't really know what I'm doing, then she'll probably be like, I'll teach you. But if you say, I got all of this shit popping, and you don't, and then now you look
setting these expectations, and she like,
you look dumb.
Come on now. And here's something crazy that I'm gonna tell you that I always did though. I always talk shit on purpose. Right. And it's because of my, as cerebral as I am, as intellectual as I am, I came to find that I became a pro lover. I chased that down. Like, you know what? When I learned that women were responding a certain way and I wasn't trying or putting effort or treating it like a skill, I said, well, damn, what if I pursue getting better?
You know what? That was a good thing that you said, though.
Listen,
you do
what if
like
I figure out how to get better?
Yeah.
What if I take care of my body?
Yeah.
What if I figure out how to keep an erection longer?
Yeah.
How to make sure that women are pleased? How does their bodies work? Yeah. What if I think about that and I learn those things, right?
Yeah.
I discovered that, damn, I could really become a pro.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, men were bad was another thing I learned. Like, so I'm talking about like upper 20s where I'm like, damn, like not only is women continually singing my praises, let me get better at that.
Yeah.
But I'm also continuing to hear most women don't come.
Most niggas is trash.
Most women don't like the partner that they have and all of this.
Trash.
So this is what I used to do. I used to pump myself up.
Word.
Right? On purpose because I knew she was expecting a letdown.
Yeah.
Right? And I would thank my cohorts and henchmen for continually letting her down because now she like, oh no, this nigga, what he was saying is what he really meant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that shit was rare.
The way y'all niggas do, all a nigga gotta do is give a fuck. And I will never ever have to worry about taking a nigga bitch. Like all I gotta do is give a fuck and it's over. You already know that. Like niggas will see somebody, cause you asked me about somebody earlier. And the assumption is if he's around her and he want to, it's probably gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? You know
not
what I'm
always.
saying? So
Bravo told me he ain't even want it.
No, that's what I'm saying. and that's the point I'm trying to make. Like, yo, fam, I did not feel like I would give her anything if I was to do it. It would be just me just fucking her because her ass fat and she pretty. I did not feel anything. I didn't want to please her. I didn't want to know what she looked like with her legs in the peace sign, and I don't want to know what her moans sound like. I don't want to know what she tastes like. My brain just said, dope, she's beautiful, artwork, get this shit and get her the fuck out of here and go bust somebody's ass that you really want to see.
That's another misconception that we need to break down real quick before we end up trying to wrap this thing up. But I do got one more question for you that we got to touch on. Another misconception I want people to get out of their minds. The same way when a man or a woman is gay, they often say, just because I'm gay don't mean I like all girls or every guy I come around and all of that.
That on the nose.
Just because a man is able to get women and is around a bunch of women all the time, it does not mean that we are attracted to or fucking all of those women that we're always around. All right?
Amen.
We can go get back on the other side.
I ain't got nothing to say on that. That was it. That's my speech.
More with Bravo in a second.
Yes, sir.
Bravo, before we wrap this thing up, man, amazing conversation, man. I hope some people learn some things. But as stated, the goal of the Pro Lover Show is so people can have better sex and better relationships through alternative means, right? So my last question for you is, what is your number one sex tip for women and your number one for men? So I need 2 tips, and that can be something that they be getting wrong. That can be something they should try. It can even be something on the technical side, like you talked about the ginseng and you know what I mean, a supplement or what have you. Right. How can women have better sex with their partner?
So speaking for the men on how to, I guess, perform better or whatever, I personally think misdirection is a big deal with me. Like if my lips are here, my hands are down here somewhere.
Okay.
I like to keep her brain, like I don't want her to just only focus on that. Like sometimes guys are doing stuff and everything is in the same area.
That's spoken like a true artist. He came on and said everything was about art.
That's something really big to me.
That's a good tip.
Literally, I could just be, if I'm eating a pussy, yeah, guys will play with the nipples. No. My hands are on her ankles, stroking down each time.
That's a new
you know what I'm saying?
Like
shit like that.
Pull that out.
Like, yeah, different things of that nature. Kind of just, I don't ever want her brain to focus on any one thing. I want her to stay overwhelmed.
You know what's crazy? I had that done to me before, and now that you think about it, I have placed this young lady super high on the head totem pole because she was actually giving me head and massaging both of my feet at the same time. Yeah. There's something to, his stuff.
Yeah, definitely that. Because like I said, it mentally, you're like, I don't know which one to think about. But if everything is too close, you can just focus and zero in on that. Definitely, I don't know what it is about it. I studied and I can't find any exact answer. A woman's wrists are very sensitive. Anytime you're doing anything, I'm talking about from the back, anything, if you restrain her wrist, I think it's her feeling the force without you having to like pound her, like that's enough force to tame or to, I guess, really make that woman like submit, and her body feels different when she's kind of letting go. Like with us, if we get in trouble, we get cuffed. Like mentally, once we do that, it's like, shit, I can't do nothing. You grab her wrist, I'm talking about hard as fuck, and it literally sends her off into a different zone. She becomes more submissive. Every touch, every stroke, everything feels different if her wrists are restrained, especially if you can grab both at the same time. Then it's like, shit.
Skinny wristed.
Yeah, like it's like, oh shit, or it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like doing things like that.
I mean, a lot of women do have bondage fantasies, so I can see how
in the bondage
restriction.
In the bondage, yeah, that's a big fantasy of a lot of women. But like, even like pre-bondage, little shit, like y'all could just be walking around in a fucking grocery store. You just walk up to her, grab her by the neck or whatever and grab her wrist. It's like, oh shit, what the fuck? Because her hands is what she usually pushes you away with.
Right.
When it's too much, or she's touching you, or no, you can't do nothing. You gonna take this just like this. And talk shit. You gotta talk shit. You have to talk shit.
I'm definitely
gotta talk shit.
I'm a
fellas.
Shit talker.
Dude, talk your shit.
I'm a shit talker.
Talk your shit. Ladies,
and for the women, you gotta give the women one tip. How can they be better lovers?
Ladies, you have to communicate. If a man is doing it right, You need to tell them, yeah, right there, I like that. Faster, slower. You gotta fucking talk. Because with me, I can feel you climaxing, or I can feel something getting stagnant.
While you're there, since he said the word climax, I might as well plug the people. 20-Day Climax out now. Go to theprolover.net, get your copy
Grab
of the
it.
20-Day Climax. But go
Grab
ahead,
it.
you were saying the women
yeah,
gotta
like,
talk more.
Yeah, they have to talk. Like even with guys who are inexperienced or guys that are really experienced, I might know what I want to do, but you might like something else about it. You might like the fact that I went too fast, or yo, you're going too slow, or whatever the case is. Or I might spit, and you like, nah, do that shit again. You have to talk. When you talking, it makes a nigga be like, oh, all right, that's
Okay.
right there. Because it might be something awkward that you
Bravo,
like.
because unless they with me, all right? Because I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Okay.
If you a woman and your shit talk game is too crazy, you gonna bang me out. Like it's something about women who got a crazy shit talk game.
Yeah.
I'm a rat. Be quiet. Don't tell me you're coming. Don't. It's crazy because I could be. You know how you get the good stroke where you just feel like you could be there till tomorrow.
Yeah, she said that one thing.
If she say she coming, it's a wrap for Kai. I'm out of there.
Nah.
It's a wrap. So I'm gonna give my 2 tips real quick. One for the fellas and one for the ladies. I'm gonna start on the ladies. Here's a tip for y'all. Pay attention to what turns your man on, right? Because there's a lot of little sexy shit that I'll even give y'all this is a golden gem. On movies, on cinema, on TV, there's a lot of little sexy shit that's real cliche, whether it's the biting of the lip, whether it's the long stare away, whether it's a little aggression from the woman and things like that, right? That shit works.
It does.
Like, and the reason it works is because most women don't do it. Most women don't have a sexual personality.
Without a doubt.
Right? So if you are that woman that's like, God damn, did she just, why would she suck her finger and walk away like that? Like, most women don't do that little sexy shit. So pick up what turns him on sexually, what different type of cues, but also steal some stuff. When you see a scene or something and you like, oh, that's too far-fetched. It's not too far-fetched.
It's never.
A nigga would be like, what did she just, why was she? And for my men, I'm gonna harp on back to what we talked about earlier, right? Because I'm gonna be 40 soon, you know what I'm saying? How old are you, Bravo, if you don't mind?
33.
Bravo 33, and he already working on the cardio and the whole 9. Listen, you gotta keep a hard erection. And I'm not saying that in a practical form. I'm saying that from the standpoint of health and nutrition, all right? Erectile dysfunction can be fought, and you ain't got to be going into your 40s or in your 40s or even 50s and not able to keep a strong erection, all right? You might be eating too much sugar. You got thick blood. That blood can't rush down like it need to, right? Your legs, the erection blood comes from your legs. When you get a hard on, this is where it comes from.
People don't be knowing that.
They don't know that. So if your legs, or you don't do leg day, you don't run ever, your veins and your blood vessels are obstructed, you're not gonna be able to get a violently hard penis. You're gonna get a usable boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you really want to avoid that and you want to have good sex up into your later years, you have to work on your cardio and you have to work on your nutrition. Those are my 2 tips on the Pro Lover, man.
That's good.
Bravo, anything else you want to touch on? We got a couple minutes before we call it quits, man. This was fun. I'm going to definitely have to bring you back. Or I'm going to have to come somewhere tropical where you at
come see
with
me.
98, you know what I mean,
Come see me.
women, you know what I mean? See if I could talk Tosh into an 8-some or something so I could one-up him or something. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna touch on what he said. Dude, if you do have issues with I guess staying hard or rock hard or whatever, yo, you still have to compensate. Like, so if it's not to where it needs to be, yo, go down and start eating it out. Get out, do something else. Like, go grab something. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta keep switching it up, because if you're not able to stay hard or whatever the case is, you can blow the whole shit. You gotta be able to like do other things too. Like, you gotta be able to use your hands and use your mouth and your voice, like different things. Like with me, there are times where I'm not even into it until she's into it. So I'm not the one that gets off first. A lot of times, like if I feel like I'm getting stagnant or I'm like losing it, yo, I'm just start eating her out or some shit like that.
Gotta
Pick
do
her up,
something
sit her on
new,
my
do something,
shoulders,
switch
or
it
some
up.
shit like that. I'm gonna walk her over to the chair. You gotta switch it. You gotta
And you
switch
know
it
how
up.
they could learn how to switch it up and what she likes? By reading the 20-Day Climax. You know what I'm
Grab
saying?
that.
It's a new book from the Pro Lover. It's out now, theprolover.net, man. Bravo, tell them where they can find you and where they can support you before we get out of here.
ThankYouLucy.com.
ThankYouLucy.com. And you got some
ThankYouLuci.com.
photos, video. It's like your own OnlyFans, right?
It's like my OnlyFans, Patreon, Instagram put together. Everything on there is uncensored. It's $10 a month. That's 30 cents a day.
There it is. And are you back on Instagram now?
I'm trying
what's
not
your
to.
handle?
Honestly, I'm trying not to be back on Instagram.
You're trying not to? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll put up his .com every time in the video. That's how we'll get to you. Listen, man, it's been real.
Yes, sir.
You got some crazy stories that I'm probably gonna hear more of behind the scenes. If y'all want me to bring Bravo back, just let me
Hold up.
know.
You know what I was thinking though?
What's up?
Before we shut this off?
What's up?
Me and him, we're gonna have an extended version of this with some of the footage, with some of the extra shit. We're gonna have an extended.
Put it on ThankYouLucy.com.
We're gonna do an
Say less.
extended cut.
So I'm gonna have to come to you for that.
Let's go.
So I gotta ask Taj, can I be around all of these women?
Let's fucking
baby,
go.
I know you trust me, baby. Let me come through. Let me go to Thank You Lucy, baby.
Let's fucking go.
All right, we out of here, man. Listen, remember, I'm not a pro because I always got it right. I'm a pro because I always got it wrong. Until now.
Amen.